Hey Bearassers, some of our content may be offensive or triggering. Your feelings don't affect our opinions on the show. You're offended? You can kiss our bare asses.
Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of the Bare Ass Podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Episode 11.
That's a good number.
11.
Oh God.
That's right, 11.
Just when things were
You thought I was gone, right? I'm not gone. I'm right here with you, bros.
He's never gonna leave.
I'm leaving later for some tree stuff.
How about you make like a tree and split?
And leave.
No, I know. I did the Biff Tanner.
If that's what you want.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, that's what I'll do.
Get out of here. So what's happening, fellas?
Man, I don't know. Sounds like you guys had a rough week.
Oh God.
Extra rough.
That was a brutal.
The Master's master had a tough task, I heard. And then
That was a brutal week.
It was.
And it was hot.
Yeah.
And nothing would go right.
Nothing.
Just getting the worst
Failure after failure.
cars
After
ever.
failure.
well, you know when that happens, what you need to do.
One after another.
Go home and have a stiff drink. I mean, that's your options right there.
Nothing would save you from that week.
No.
Ever.
No, you just got to remember that it's never going to stay the same. Life is always flowing. Nothing's stagnant. Anything that stays stagnant doesn't last long. Scum grows in there. You know what I mean? It's like you want to be like a river and life flows. So you got to go with the flow and just realize that that's a temporary deal and it'll be done. And it is done, and now you're here. It's Friday or Saturday.
And then the car will come back on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it might revisit.
Once or twice.
But it's never going to stay that way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just like the state of our world, it's not going to stay this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not forever.
Yeah. Very true.
We need change, man.
So I heard you talking about your $1 million smile earlier. It reminded me of something crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show it to you.
Uh-oh.
You'll get a laugh out of this.
All right.
Next time the dentist tries to charge you like 15 grand, just remember, you can do this instead.
Karen Hearn finds extreme savings on medicine and medical supplies for her family. Since a typical doctor's appointment can cost between $150 and $500, she even does her own medical procedures at home. For larger, more serious problems, even Karen will succumb to the occasional visit to the doctor's office.
Let's take a look and see what's going on, okay? All right, Karen. Well, you definitely have an abscess on that tooth. What I recommend you do is do a root canal on this tooth and then put a crown on it. A cheaper option is to pull the tooth, but once we pull it, it's gone.
How much is that going to cost me?
About $185.
Would it be cheaper if I went without any anesthesia?
It's not a good idea.
Can I think on it?
I mean, you take your time, but the longer you wait, probably the more it's going to start hurting.
Oh my gosh.
Karen Hearn and her husband have performed various medical procedures at their home before, but now, for the first time, they're attempting a tooth extraction with the aid of some online videos.
The extraction will actually take place using this barber's tool. We found it at a yard sale.
I'm building a vacuum for her mouth. I'm using a regular vacuum cleaner. And I'm going to stick out the part of the mouth and we can suck out the blood. I'm ready as I will ever be.
Karen's dentist would have charged $185 for the tooth extraction.
She's
But because
crazy.
she already
Yeah.
had most of the
Well,
supplies
her
on
name's
hand, the procedure will only
man.
cost $10.
$10.
It was worth it.
Oh, my God. All right. That's enough of that.
Holy crap. Oh, it ain't even all the way out yet?
Oh, man.
Okay.
How crazy.
Nothing for paying.
Got it.
Got it.
Oh.
Pain only only last a short time, but saving that money can last so much longer.
Holy shit.
Well,
I mean,
thanks for that.
185
100
slingers, I think I would have thrown that down on the table.
Absolutely.
Ugh,
I mean, I'm all for a fun time, but,
that's not a fun time.
That is horrible.
I mean, I get being broke, but man, pulling your tooth out.
Sam Squatch has to do it all the
Sam
time.
Squatch has had to pull one of their teeth out in the woods once.
Yeah, with what? Some wood?
Some tree
You
string.
just run into the tree until it can fall out.
Some of those trees have natural tree threads in them. You pull them out, pull the tooth.
Yeah,
Yep.
Well, what do you use
That's crazy.
for the new teeth, or you just gum it?
you just use wooden dentures.
Sasquatch is growing right back.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's fortunate.
Anyways.
Nobody cares, Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, so you hear about the craziness going on with Russia?
A little bit. What's going on?
Well, apparently Putin said there in 51 days, this is a couple days ago, that there's going to be repercussions. And
Whoa.
they're giving munitions to their allies. So I don't know if it's Cubano or who,
Russia's
but
giving ammunition to their allies?
to some people, yeah, it's different countries. So I'm assuming it's going to be like South America, few in there. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't look
Well,
into
they're
it.
part of BRICS, right? So there's a good amount of nations in BRICS.
Yep. And of course, they said there would be repercussions. It means retaliation. Like we could be struck or something like that.
Well, they're off the coast in subs right now, close to Florida and Cuba. Just chilling.
Well, I sent you that video. I think it was a TikTok one where it showed 2017. And there was a bunch of nations. And, of course, Pootie Poot was there. And they were talking about that the money system is going to be changing. And they have to end the imperialism of America and UK, and because they put sanctions on people, they can do all kinds of things, and
Well, don't they want the BRICS wants their money backed by gold,
yeah,
which is
what
What
everybody should
yeah.
want.
yeah.
Like Texas has their own stock market or something. They're gonna start. Have you heard about that? Yeah, they're gonna. Apparently, they're gonna have money backed by gold, even like their digital too.
Don't they have like the Texas gold back there or something?
Yeah, they started something. They passed something. So I don't know. I think Texas is going to start competing with New York.
Texas has got a pretty big fucking economy.
Well,
Yeah.
the Texas, like they got their army is badass too. Like it's like one of the best in the world.
Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah, and then they have 1 million official militiamen that are literal on the books. So you don't ever want to go into Texas. It would not be good.
Don't mess with Texas.
Then you got the hunters and the hillbillies and everybody and the ranchers and and then you got city people. They're armed too. So
Behind every blade of grass.
is Joel with a gun.
Yes, that's right. Well, that's not good if it's 51 days, because
That ain't far away. Convenient for the election though.
Yeah, it is. Real
oh
convenient.
yeah,
It's
well,
almost like it was a script.
yeah, almost, because
And Russia ain't going to do anything. They're not going to do a damn thing. And what's going to happen is America's going to do something. The corrupt criminal element of our government is going to do something and blame it on Russia.
This just happened, so that's not good. U.S. just pledged 10 years. Signed a deal right here. 10-year deal to back Ukraine with military aid. And
Well, you
weapons.
know that's going to be pulled. Is whenever power changes, whether it's
Credible defense
an
and
election or
deterrence
the people,
capabilities for the
because
long term.
this is
A
stupid.
lasting
Yeah.
peace for Ukraine
This is not good.
must be underwritten by Ukraine's own ability to defend itself now and to deter future aggression anytime in the future.
But he can't
The
even
United
talk.
States is going to help ensure that Ukraine can do both, not by sending American troops to fight in Ukraine, but by providing weapons and ammunition, expanding intelligence sharing, continuing to train brave Ukrainian troops at bases in Europe and the United States, enhancing interoperability between our militaries in line with NATO standards,
Dear friends, today is a truly
Oh, I didn't know he could speak English.
historic day.
Yeah.
And we have signed the strongest agreement
You know he was
with
an actor.
Ukraine
before-
Comedian.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
U.S. since
That's
our
why we know it's all an act.
Yeah.
Trump's an actor, by the way, too.
Oh, I'm sure they're all actors. So, yeah, 10-year deal. We're not sending troops. We're not in a war, but we're going to back them with weapons. It's basically fighting a proxy war in my mind. It's not good.
Well, obviously, you know, we've touched on this before. The people are not behind this government or anything that they're doing. So I don't understand how they even have the nerve to do any of this stuff, really.
There's a lot of purple-haired people.
Yeah, but dude, that's the thing. It's a perception.
Small
it's
minority.
not reality. It's just like when they said 90% were taking the shot and it was like 14. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's perception. They know each of our phones are geared for us specifically. It's literally programmed for you. There's a digital version of you.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's called Palatine. Look it up. We all have a digital version of ourselves in the cloud.
Crazy.
And that's how they know. Why do you think they predict all the stuff they send to you? It's more than just listening to you. It's algorithms of you
Yeah.
and what you would want.
It's AI.
That's why Amazon tells me I can try all kinds of things for free.
That's why they send me the Mexican candy.
That's right.
Exactly, because they knew you would like it.
I love it.
They got a track right on you.
Oh, what candy will I find next?
I mean, it sounds insane, but it's reality now.
It is
really
reality.
is.
It's happens all around us. Everything most
I
everything.
mean, your stove probably knows your heartbeat and stuff and sends it off to the.
I got a stupid stove.
I mean, they're forcing everybody to be on this shit. Mm-hmm. Like I can tell you right now that the county seat in this county where we all live, I'm not going to mention it, but it's definitely an Agenda 21 city. They're forcing smart meters for water and electric and all that stuff.
Shit drives
And
me
that is
nuts.
all Agenda 2021, 2030, you know, whatever. Look it up. And it looks like it's all good and cookies and cream, but it's the 15-minute city stuff. It's you're going to be allowed to be in this block, this district, and you can't leave it. That's where you live. This is what you can eat. Here's the amount of money you're going to have. And you're not going to own anything, and you're going to be happy. And that's their plan. And anything green is attached to that.
That's why they want everybody in electric cars.
Yep. So they can just shut them down.
Dunk. Oh, you want to go to California? Oh, that's too bad.
I wonder if we'd have nice neighbors in those neighborhoods, though.
Probably, I'm assuming if everybody has nothing and everybody's living on the leanest amount possible, not going to be too many happy people. It'll probably be like a glorified prison.
Yeah.
That's a sad story, man.
So that's why I'm saying it's not going to happen. I'm
Everybody's
not going to
standing
live.
at their district lines.
I'm not living on that planet. Sorry. It's not going to happen.
Staring off into space.
They can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. Because I, for one, will not put up with that. And they're going to have a big problem with me. And I'm not going to just talk about it. I mean, don't you think that's a threat? I mean, to me, that's a threat. Like, people need to stop being so, staying in their bubbles.
Complacent.
And just, allowing these things, And when someone like me speaks up, you need to support them. That's what you need to do. Back them any way you fucking can.
I support you.
Because they're the ones who are going to fucking lead the way to break through this bullshit that we've been the spell that we've been under our whole lives and our grandparents' lives and them and all the way back. It's the same bastards that have been running everything. The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they're relatives. And they go all the way back to the Santini family, which is like Rome. And there's original families like nobody ever talks about. Nobody knows about them because most people don't dig and look up for it. They don't know what to look for. So when you got
It's all
psychopaths
censored
like
now,
me
too.
who used to research all the time and look into this craziness because I was curious, wanted to know things, and I'm telling you, man, these people have been running everything since all the way in the beginning. It's the same families, the same bloodlines. They think they're gods. They think they're like demigods, and that's what they think, that if they bring about the end, then they're gonna rule everything. Mm-hmm. And they think that like Satan's gonna let them be rulers and all this stuff, and they're just fools, is what they are. Because Satan even knows he's going down, so he's just taking whoever joins him with him.
Taking his prisoners.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty dumb, really, for on their end. Like they're not and plus too, their relatives that started all this stuff generations ago. Maybe they were cunning and smart, but their offspring, they're all stupid because we see it all.
I just don't know why you would want to spend your life trying to take over the world and you got that kind of money and you can do whatever you want. I'd be...
Probably because they're so bored from regular stuff.
Oh my God, I would not
conquer and take. I mean...
I guarantee you I could stay pretty busy for 20 years if I had $1 billion.
Yeah,
these guys have so much money. There's many of them. The ones that we don't know, the amount of money is just, it's sickening. Trillions, And they couldn't, I don't know, 30, 50 generations couldn't spend all that money.
Fuck.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they were saying Nancy Pelosi, they offer her salary and her time that she's been in there. She's got, whatever it is, 200 million or something like that, something crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like, Nancy would have to work in the House of Representatives for 3,350 years to make that money, to earn it.
No, she got all the insider info.
So doesn't that tell everyone we don't need to go to court. She's guilty.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
I'm sure they're all innocent.
Whoa.
Well, you may be right.
They probably worked for
I'm sure
trillions.
I'm sure somebody
put in their time. Right?
Hey, I'm sure like when she does the stock market, I can understand how she wins every single time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
There's a website that follows her stock.
And whatever she buys, they buy and they win.
Yep.
So that tells you it's insider trading and she's a criminal. This is my opinion. Use your common sense. It's allegedly, but come on. If we just seized her phone and computers and all this stuff, we would find stuff. It's not, come on. I mean, seriously. Mm-hmm. And it's so in your face. That's the problem. It's not like we're invading any privacy. She's working for the people. She's out in the public. She should be scrutinized, like with a microscope. All of them should be.
Pretty sure her husband got beat up by some gay
guy from Canada.
Yeah, he was like a
Frenchie
prostitute. Broke into his house and beat him up.
But I don't,
allegedly.
To me, what I think it was a lover quarrel.
Yes, there was a lot of people saying that,
and yeah,
that was pretty funny.
But again, that's allegedly. We can't
and strong.
We can't confirm
allegedly.
I have no idea.
Yep.
And remember, everything we do is for entertainment purposes.
So like and subscribe.
Yep. Please.
Yeah. There's 8,402 more episodes coming.
And I'm going to be here for every single one of them. You will never get rid of me. I would never miss an episode, no matter.
We're going far up north, and you're going to be dropped off.
Sasquatches that can navigate pretty damn good.
You want to go on a boat ride with me, Sasquatch?
Oh, you Sasquatches love the lake.
Perfect.
I'll be there.
Yes, you will.
Don't ask what the cinder blocks are
Yeah.
for.
Sasquatches don't even know what those are.
I got you a nice pair of cement shoes to try on while we're boating.
Sasquatches got big feet. Take a few bags, boy.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Is it time
for the rubber?
For the rubber room.
Rubber room!
Not you.
Rubber room! Let's hear it, boys.
So have you seen, you got that salty cracker video queued up at all?
I don't, but I can.
That'd be awesome. I just wanted to show how bad it looks. Biden on CNBC. I mean, you can see it's AI. He's actually speaking clearly, so you know it ain't him. And I mean, when you see the line on the neck, you're going to be like, "Oh my God!" They actually put that out there.
Yeah,
it looks like a Middle Eastern man underneath or something. The skin is so dark.
Here's the video you're talking about. Let's give it a
Only to
listen.
the top 0.1%. There's never been as great a concentration of wealth, including going back to the
You
Great
don't
Depression.
even look right.
Ever. And
Look
so,
at the
one of the
underneath
things
his
that worries me
chin.
most about
Yeah.
that, John, it's not just
Okay, this is what we're doing now? This is what we're doing, Abe? This is Joe Biden over here on the Power
His
Watch.
face is so smooth.
Yeah, if
Plus
you're
he's
getting
talking.
stonk advice
I
from
seen
CNBC,
I
you're
seen
a
a
fucking
close-up
idiot.
picture earlier
Holy
today,
balls.
and you could see the
But,
line pretty good.
Notice anything about this fucking lizard person over here? They try to tell everybody right here. This is the only dude who has such a distinct line
tell
between
it's
his
fake.
face and his neck. And they say that's a
Whoa.
shadow. That's a shadow. What, you a conspiracy?
Wow, that's not even him. They just put his face
It's
over
totally
somebody.
totally
I don't know
AI.
what the fuck is going on over here, but I know that ain't Joe
Whoa.
Biden.
That shows you that the government is criminal.
When in modern history
Right
have you
there.
seen Joe Biden
Fraud.
being this
How did they
coherent?
think that would?
Fuck you. Never, actually. You got to go back to 1982, boys.
It's like
to find
they're so
Joe Biden this
desperate.
coherent. So, number
How
one,
did
He
they
might
let
he
that-
might not even be
Number
alive. Who
two.
knows?
How did that even
what
get on
the
air?
shit is going on?
I don't
People
know.
say
It
that's
looks
a
so
mask.
awful. I don't.
I'm
But
saying
you
it's
can
AI.
see.
Yeah.
You can see.
I think
know.
that's AI.
The difference of
I don't
his
know what's
neck.
going on over here.
It's another person
That
with
could
Biden
be
on his
some
face.
sort
Yeah.
of, I don't know, compression issue because you can see it moving
Wow.
a little bit, and it's kind of like wavy, and it maybe
It's a
filter.
younger person under it.
Yeah, it's an
But
AI filter.
This is not Joe Biden. This isn't Joe Biden. So
You think they would have made one that went down farther? You know, like they're
You got
like they do.
a multi-billion-dollar corporate outlet, and they're
Wow.
pandering. They're pawning this off as a legitimate.
so the government
interview of
and
Joe Biden
CNBC
over here.
should be in prison.
It's not. It's not. I don't think that you guys got got. I think you're in on the getting got.
What if they're doing it on purpose?
So whether it's a mask, whether it's a filter, whether it's AI,
to
that's not Joe
expose
Biden.
them.
That's not Joe Biden.
I don't know,
Yes, I'm a
just to
conspiracy
just
theorist.
fucking
'Cause the conspiracy
flaunt it
theorists
in
over
our
here
face
batting
that like,
motherfucking
hey,
Joe
we don't give a
DiMaggio.
fuck anymore. We're
Using
just do
like
whatever we
50s
want.
reference. Get off my lawn, asshole.
Yeah,
You're
that-
gonna take
that-
this and it's
Biden
gonna
on the
that's
wall.
it.
Don't you think that that's not gonna end
rich
well?
fucking scumbags, especially
I don't think it's gonna
cocksuckers
end
like
well.
this, who've never worked a goddamn day in their life. By the way, this is supposed to be a fucking public servant. Isn't it
Jeez.
peculiar that you've got all of these public servants and they worth a shit ton of money? All of these multi-millionaires
Like I
telling
was
me that
saying
they're going to
earlier.
tax the fucking rich. You the rich assholes, and they ain't never going to tax the rich. Fuck you. You ain't never going to
Jeez.
tax the rich.
That's crazy.
It is.
I mean, does that not tell you that they are the enemy? I mean, come on, dude. Like, seriously? Obviously, they don't give a fuck about us. Like, at all. To the point where they don't care if we catch them that easy.
Why would they? I just cannot believe they'd use such a cheap thing here and not go. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
It's almost like
Did they
maybe
want us-
maybe
did they think-
the Almighty
Do they
did
not
it.
care that it's just
Maybe
showing
the
them?
Almighty did it. Made them so these people, they were doing the editing, they did the stuff, and they put it out, and they missed that, and God made it so they couldn't see it. That's the only thing I can explain it, because what in the world, dude? They just proved to everybody it's all fraud.
That is nuts.
So
I find it hard to believe just watching the video if it's even.
yeah, but they put it out
They
there. It's on the
super-
mainstream, dude. This isn't like somebody's YouTube. This is like the mainstream media. Do you understand how
And
why
that's
it's
I just want to know how that got past the cutting room floor. Like they have a team of highly paid video production,
Yeah,
editing,
to make sure nothing
producer.
slips.
Yeah, to make sure nothing rats them out.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, man, maybe the guy was sick that day. Maybe the producer was sick that day. And then
Maybe
like,
they didn't have any cover up on the studio or something.
hey, we're gonna let it fly. Nobody will notice, right? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Let's go to the bar. Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Well, it just gets worse and worse every day. How did things go so shitty in 4 years?
Well, like I said, I think it's biblical, dude. It's revelations. It means to reveal. The light is being shown in the dark, dude.
A bunch of clowns.
Their deeds aren't being hid anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all coming out.
By their deeds you shall know them.
That's right.
Jeez, we're not in good shape.
But you know what, dude? Actually, all this badness is actually a good
It's
thing.
good.
Because it means it's not going to be... That's why I said about the flow state.
It's good, but there's going to be some horrible growing pains.
Well, yeah, dude, I get it. But, dude, you're not going to have good times without some rough ones.
Yeah, I know, but man, when I look at my kids, I don't want to have to live there. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. I do understand it, dude, what you're saying, dude. But that's the thing. That should motivate you more. It's for your fucking kids.
True.
Fuck, what are you going to leave them? A shit show? I mean,
right.
fucking A. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard that 20 years ago, people say that same thing. What about my kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, what about your fucking kids? Like, that's the fucking point. That's why I'm saying, let's fight these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it doesn't mean necessarily violence. It means every way you can. Buy local, stop shopping corporate. Like, there's so many simple things. Take over your local fucking township. Get on the school boards. And take it over.
Yeah.
I mean, get involved.
Start from the bottom and work your way up.
I mean, we need to start bursting people's bubbles. It's like, you know what? You can't be comfortable anymore because we're not going to allow it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucking simple. You either get on or you get steamrolled. That's what's coming. So just get used to it. You might as well join the winning team. They're going down. Don't go down with the ship, man.
Yeah.
The old ship is sinking and bubbling and people are dumping off. So get on the life rafts. Fuck the ship. The ship is done.
Agreed.
Right.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Kind of scaring me over here, buddy.
Well,
Sasquatch was shaking down here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sasquatch ain't supposed to be scared.
No, he's got a little nervous.
Whoa.
Oh, well,
Might have scared him right off the show, buddy.
Crazy.
Well, wish in one hand and shit in the other, right? See which one fills up first.
That's right.
Are we still in the rubber room?
I mean, we could, Alex Jones, we could wrap up the rubber room with him.
All right, what's going on with that? AJ.
I guess a crooked judge is making him sell his house and all his goods to give to the Sandy Hook families for supposed defamation that they never proved.
Yikes.
He couldn't even give evidence in his own behalf or testimony. They blocked what he could even say. How is that even possible that that's even lawful?
They railroaded him.
It's a complete farce. It just shows that he's in a kangaroo court and what they're doing is completely fraudulent. It's unconstitutional. And everybody involved in it should go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were to actually follow the law. It's kind of weird. And you know what? That day is coming. The whole system is going to be upended. The reason why everything's so crazy and you feel the heaviness, everybody does.
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys feel it. I know everybody feels
every
it.
day.
Yeah. You feel the suffering of the world. Mm-hmm. Even if you're not directly suffering, we are a collective consciousness. You think of us as we're all individual drops of water, but we come from the same ocean.
Yeah.
That's what we are, and we are all connected. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's the facts. I mean, the CIA even released that we're in God's holographic thing, and we're like that astral projection is real. Like the CIA quietly admitted it like a week ago.
Really?
Things are not as they are, and now everybody is waking. We're breaking the spell. We're coming out of our slumber.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it's going to be beautiful. People need to be optimistic about this. Yes, you are right. There's going to be growing pains and there's going to be a rough time, only because there's going to be a transition, because this whole system is going to stop, be dismantled, and be rebuilt. That's what's going to happen. And that's going to take, years for that to happen.
Decades.
And everybody's going to learn their new place, and it's not going to be the same as it was. There isn't going to be hoarding of resources because it's not going to be fucking allowed.
Well, either it's
for anyone. Countries, it don't fucking matter.
Either it's going to be a slow, beautiful process, or everything's just going to go to complete shit.
And the reason why I think it's going to be slow and beautiful and it will happen is because the consciousness is raising and they won't be able to put a spell on people anymore.
But everything does have to go to shit first.
Yes. Well, of course. Of course.
Like eating shit for breakfast.
Well, dude, do you go to the doctor when the pain's a little or when it's more increases?
When it's brutal.
When you can't take it anymore.
I haven't been to the doctor.
When you know that there's no other option, I mean, most men, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll break down and go and do it. Okay? So, yeah, right now the pain isn't that bad and you're willing to keep enduring. But there's going to come a time for everyone where it's going to be so bad that everybody is going to have had a fucking enough. So it will change. That's what I'm trying to say. Because these psychopaths will not let up. They're not going to stop. They're not going to go away. We will have to deal with them. They're the WEF. They're the leaders in the government. It's the green movements. It's all these things. They're all a part of the same thing. The one world, whatever you want to call it. And we're always going to be. Yeah, that is a wicked sound. The rain.
Dang.
We're always going to be.
F5 tornadoes
Oh, no.
We're always going to have to be on the alert. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to stop.
Yeah.
So we have to deal with them is what I'm trying to say. It's not, you can't go into your bubble. You can't stick your head in the sand like an ostrich when the lion's coming because you're for dinner. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to do something. And I know that's like the worst thing to say to people who are apathetic or depressed or whatever, but you're not going to have a choice.
Like a kid forced to clean his room.
100%.
That doesn't want to.
Because basically you won't be able to do anything till that happens. And that's basically what we have to do. We have to clean our collective room.
Gotta wash the dishes.
Yep.
Damn.
All of them.
Time to get the bleach and the scrub brush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it is filthy. We all know that. So anyway, that's the end of the
rubber room.
The rubber room.
The
We're
rubber
gonna
room
shut the
rant.
door on the rubber room.
Wow.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah,
that was
wow.
scary. Very scary.
Should be.
Yeah. Crazy.
So, that's another thing I like to talk about is like, life, you need to have meaning. And part of having meaning is obviously there's certain people that you love that helps, things that you love to do. Well, another thing is to have some sort of adventure. You have to like find something that, and unfortunately in our world today, not very many of us get to do adventurous things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's important. I know Joel, he's had some adventures in his life.
I've had a couple.
I remember what you were talking about, Crystal River.
Oh, man. Crystal River.
Yeah.
Well, that was back in the day when I lived in Florida.
Yeah, what happened in Crystal River?
Oh, it wasn't anything too exciting. It was just, I met up with this guy, and he said, hey, I'll take you swimming out to this place. And I'm like, all right, I was 16. And I jumped in the car, went there, and it was a park, Basically, there's a Crystal River that flows through there, and there's manatees in there and all that. And it's just crystal clear river, and it's all protected. So we climbed like this 10-foot high fence in the park, jumped over there with the little satchels we had hanging on us, and ran miles. It felt like miles through this swampland with those, the roots coming out of the ground, and
Crazy.
Wild boars and alligators and all that good stuff out there. But we got out there, and we had both dropped a hit of acid.
Oh.
And it was one of my first times.
Oh.
I did it a couple times, but yeah, it got really scary. And we went out there, and this guy's like took off all his clothes I was with, and he dove right into that water. And I have never been in anything like that ever. I stripped down and I dove in there, and I was tripping hard, peeking on the stuff. I don't recommend doing that drug either. But anyways, I'm underwater, and there's these huge manatees swimming right by me. I'm just under there, not even thinking about breathing. I'm in such awe. It was incredible. And we got out, and I went into some kind of shaking, because I was so cold and wet after I got out of there. And I kind of freaked out, and the guy had to help bring me down a little bit. He's like wicking all the water out of my body. He's like, you'll dry up. And
I'm going to die.
Oh, man. And it was incredible just to jump in that water and see these,
So what did a manatee look like? High on his balls.
It looked like it was similar to a monster. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I screamed all my oxygen out of my body underwater and still stood there because I didn't want it to kill me. I had no idea.
Are big.
They're like
huge.
sea cows.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, they're protected, aren't they?
Yeah, they're super sweet too, I guess.
Wow.
They just eat like lettuce.
Sea lettuce.
That's it.
The guy I was with, his name was Red. He had red hair and really red face. He was a real redhead. And he was one who was the crazy. And this park ranger on a boat in the river, after we got out, a couple hours later, because we're still out there just running around, and he comes ripping up on the shore, man, and comes running up. Hey, you guys!
What are you
doing?
doing?
The guy I'm with took off. He looked like Speedy Gonzales. He was so gone in the woods, just running. And I'm screaming for him, don't run. We didn't do anything wrong, because I wasn't going to run. Anyways, he stopped behind some tall bushes and stood there shaking.
Blended in with Sasquatch.
And I got him to come back. And the park ranger questioned us. And how'd you get in here? And, we just walked around the fence. He's like, you didn't walk around the fence, And he just said, get your stuff and get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But
rebels.
We were rebels. It was pretty boring story, but
a good memory.
The point of the whole story was how cool it was diving in that water and just seeing that
was that your hardcore trip or what?
I think so.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have lived through that one. It was pretty intense.
Wow. But the great part is, the theme is the adventures, to go do something that you wouldn't normally do, because it's like, it's like putting spices or herbs in your food. Mm-hmm. Your life isn't as bland when you got things like that, even if you only did it once. Mm-hmm. Like, it puts color in your life. And I think that's what a lot of people lack. They lack that color. And my suggestion is you go fucking find it. Like, start to live. Because that's people are like, what's the purpose of life? Well, it's to live and have a good life. That's what it is. To love, to have joy, to do all these things. I mean, the downs are going to be there, so that's already guaranteed. But it's up to you to find the things that give you meaning. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because I know that a lot of people don't fucking talk about it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I know everybody is lacking that, and they need to fucking get off their ass and just fucking live.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
All right. Well, you know what? I think on that note, we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Is Sasquatch going to wrap it up?
Maybe he won't. Maybe he says
too late. You're on the mic.
I'm on the mic. I'm spitting it like I got it tight. We went through the woods on a bike. The alligators are tall, manatees under the water. I was swimming with no hair on, and I seen them swim by.
Waka, waka, waka. Like and subscribe. We on YouTube and Rumble.